I know that this is Mike Morgan. He took on the Jacquard. Is it Jacquard Loom? He took on the loom and writes, I think, a really good description here of why this is significant to teaching. For those that don't know, the Jacquard Loom was pivotal in the history of computers because it was a programmable machine. What the loom did was it used punch cards. I mean, just really like the punch cards that we would later use for computers. And those punch cards ended up being the program which showed the loom how to do different sorts of things. You could feed it a punch card and it would program the loom to execute that pattern. Mike has made the subtle reference to teaching here, that the idea is that the design, when you're actually weaving a design into a rug, the design in the process of making the design are really interwoven. Once you're able to put that design on a card as a process, it changes things. And actually, this reminds me of something we had in the first happening. So I'm going to actually go over here and I'm going to go into my site from the first happening. So it reminds me of the whole discussion we had as on art and mechanical reproduction, different sorts of scores. So here's the thing I was looking for. Stravinsky's player piano, and this idea of the punch cards, it seems to me to be very related to this idea of the player piano. And there's this question with Stravinsky. One of the reasons why Stravinsky really liked the idea of the player piano was that it ensured the fidelity of the creator's vision. And this to me seems to be a useful idea for the happening, right? And so I want to be careful what I pull in here, right? I don't want to just pull in every random thought I have. I do think that this relates, right? So Stravinsky's player piano, we're just going to drag that over here. Okay, I wrote that. I'm just going to check and make sure this link actually works. And so now, since I'm linking to that, I really should pull it in here so that, but this is the model that I see for students. Students will go through multiple happenings or courses, and they'll collect these things from other people. And they'll write these things themselves. And as they go into their new classes, they'll realize, oh, wait, that idea relates to something we were talking about in the last class. And they'll pull these things into the new discussion. And so a student would have multiple sites, but they would be constantly mining the old sites to bring the stuff into the new site. And they would change it, too. So as we pull in this, see also, for an early example of mechanization by recipe. And maybe we'll alter this text a bit to deal more with education, because we can do that. One of the neat things about copies is that each copy that we bring over from another place, from another site, we can alter and make relevant to the current conversation. Now we have the Jacquard Loom linked to Stravinsky's player piano. This is one of the really powerful things that I'm interested in.